Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on survival multiplayer with Daggerwin. So today I think the main focus is going to be to do some foraging on this field, which is a cornfield. Of course maize silage, same thing. It isn't ready to harvest, but I think you can still harvest it when it's at its final growth stage for silage, because we're not harvesting it for the corn, we're harvesting it obviously as silage. So yeah, we can harvest that today, but we don't own a forager or a big trailer to cart with, so what I'll have to do first is buy a trailer. Daggerwin said he's going to sort the forager out. He's downloaded a mod, I think, to a cheaper one, slightly cheaper anyway, because I think the base game ones are quite considerably more expensive. Yeah, here we go. So this is 140,000, this is the mod, whereas all the base game ones, the cheapest one is 380. So yeah, it's quite a bit cheaper, but it's a lot older, smaller as well. That's the downside. But yeah, that'll do the job. But Daggerwin's going to buy that. I will buy a trailer, because we're going to need a bigger trailer to cart silage. The question is, which one do we go for? Bigger the better, obviously, but also got to watch the bank balance as well. There's a huge selection, there's a huge choice, so I'm not quite sure which is the best one to go with. I don't think we better go for one over 100,000 though. It's probably pushing it. I think probably more around 50 or 60,000 is a bit more sensible. That's an interesting looking one, we haven't had that one before. 47, not quite sure. Yeah, they're obviously going up in size. Well, I think we haven't used this one before, so we'd probably give this one a go. Bit slow to load. There we go. So that's something a bit different for me anyway. I don't know whether Daggerwin's used this one before, but I haven't, as far as I can remember. So let's have a go with this one. Not sure about wheels. I always change the wheels just to see what different wheel options there are, but it's just basically different tyre treads. It doesn't make a lot of difference. Do we go with those? I don't know. Main colour. Oh, you can go green or orange. I think we'll stick with the orange. It's a bit different. We'll leave the rims as they are. So yeah, we'll buy that, I think. Hopefully that doesn't spend too... No, we can still afford it. 140 for the forager, so yeah, that's fine. And at least now we've got a big trailer to cart with. We don't have to worry about... Oh, turn that off. Yeah, we don't have to worry about not having enough space in the trailer. That one should be big enough. It is quite a big field that we've got to harvest, so we do want a big trailer to keep the forager moving most of the time. Anyway, I'll go and collect it with the John Deere. Makes sense to pull the trailer with the biggest tractor possible. We have got the Ford, which we could use as a compacting tractor for the silage clamp. If we use the John Deere on the trailer, well, there's the Ford. We can use that Ford on the in the clamp. Hopefully that one will be heavy enough. Ideally, we could do with a big wheel loader or something. I don't think we're going to be able to afford that as well. Anyway, here we are at the shop. And the trailer is here, so we'll get that connected up and take that to the field ready. I think Daggerwin is currently doing some wood. He's just loading a few logs, so once he's sold them, that should be enough money then to be able to buy the forager and the header for it. I'm not sure how much the header is. I know the forager was 140,000. If the header was say 20,000, we should have enough once we sell those logs to be able to afford that, with a bit of luck. We also do have the mayonnaise production running slowly at the moment. It's basically running as and when the sunflower oil is produced at the oil mill. So it's not running at full capacity really, but it is sort of working in the background. Anyway, here's the trailer at the field now almost. So we'll leave that here, ready to start work. I don't think Daggerwin's going to need too much help with the loading of the logs. I think he's almost done with that now. So he's been doing it. I was a little bit late joining the server, so he's been doing that for a few minutes already. So what I'll do, I think I'll take the Ford tractor over to the clamp, and then that'll be ready to use on the compacting. We'll drop the drills off. There we go. So this is it certainly looks a big heavy tractor, so I'm sure it'll do the job. Keep the clamp nice and compacted. Not quite sure how we're going to do this yet. I don't know whether we're going to get a worker to drive the forager most of the time while one of us compacts the clamp and the other one carts, or whether one of us is going to be permanently on the forager and then whoever's carting takes it in turns to do the compacting. I'm not quite sure. I'm sure we'll work it out. But for now I'll just park this here, ready to go. There we go. We do have this olive grove. I'm not sure whether it's ready to do yet or not. I can't remember whether it was harvested in this day in December in the previous episode or not. I don't think it will work yet, actually, thinking about it. I believe it was harvested in December. Yes. So this will only work in January, so we'll have to leave that for now. So like that. Daggerwin's just sold the wood, so hopefully now we have enough money to be able to afford the header as well. Let's just have a quick look. I'm not going to buy it, obviously, but I will just look to see how much the header is. So it's 140 for the forager. There's the header, so it's 46. Just noticed these are in order, aren't they, in price? I thought we had a... maybe it doesn't work with the combinations thing. It's 100,000 for the 7.5 metre, 46,000 for the 6 metre. That might not be enough then, will it? Yet we're going to need a bit more money. Maybe I shouldn't have bought such an expensive trailer. I didn't think it was that much. I was trying to go with a cheaper one, but it was still quite expensive, I suppose. So as Daggerwin's just saying there, yeah, we're going to need another 45,000 to do that. So I was going to cut some more logs, but I think we should move some more grain to the mill. Yeah, so we're gonna, if we give the mayonnaise factory time to generate some more money, that will be the easiest way of doing it. I'm not sure whether I should cut some more logs or not, really. I will do a few more, I think. I'm just trying to find a way of making money as quick as possible, really. So I think I will cut the logs. Daggerwin can move some grain if he wants to while I do this. And then, by the time we've done that, we should have enough money, hopefully.
Regrets, girl, put your faith in me, even though we just met. Let's forget about our curfew, cause all that is stuck in my head. It's me and you, pulse beating, my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna face it, cause it only does this with you. Our bodies meet, I can feel the tension, move us into the next dimension. Let's just let our bodies be true. We make out for the thrill of it, mess around for the thrill of it. Don't stop now, never let this end. For the thrill of it, we can have with no regret.
Okay, so we've just got the trailer loaded up. Daggerwin's now going to sell that load. He's just here, going to sell it at the sawmill here. So any second now we'll get a good payment in, hopefully, and that should be enough to buy the forager. Now, I thought I'd just show you this. Actually, I just found this. I've just tried again to drop it, and it does seem to have worked this time. It's now dropped on the floor. So I really don't know what was up with that last time. It wasn't really dropping properly. Thanks for all your suggestions. I think possibly it does need a header trailer to drop it on, possibly. That's the most obvious thing I could think of. We're not going to buy one today, but in the future possibly we will. If we have the trouble again with it, we will probably get a header trailer for it and see if that helps. But for now it seems to be working again, so I think it may have just glitched last time and maybe just restarting the server has fixed it. I don't know. It has just dropped off there fine, so I'm not quite sure what the problem is with that. But hopefully it will happen again, but if it does, yeah, we could try a header trailer. Anyway, Daggerwin just sold the wood. 202,000 in the bank now, so that should be enough to buy the forager and the header for it. I should think he'll go with a 6-metre header, which is not very wide unfortunately. It's quite a narrow header, that, but it's all we can really afford. Possibly in the future we could upgrade it, but we only have one field to do, so with a bit of luck it won't be too much of an issue. So he's bought it now. I'll have to wait here for him to come up the hill, and then we will start the foraging, I assume. I'll have to wait just a few minutes though. Oh, he's right, okay, he's moving on to the next day. Although it's going to rain. I think we should have probably started then, but never mind. I assume we can still do it in the rain. Alright, it's stopped now. What's he doing? Right. Okay, I'm not doing that. At the time is changing. It's Daggerwin doing that. Right, so we're stopping at 9 AM. So I'll come back to you when he's here with the forager then. Okay, here is Daggerwin with the forager at quite high speed actually. It's quite a speedy thing. So yeah, it looks like he's only gone with the smaller header, I think, 6 metres. So I'll follow him around the field now for a start doing the headlands, and then either we'll get a worker to take over while one of us does the compacting, or we'll both just take it in turns to drive the forager and trailer. Initially I can go on his left hand side, but when this track runs out I'm going to have to go behind him I think, so otherwise I'll be driving in the river, which would not be good. So yeah, we'll just carry on to the bridge and then I'll swap to the behind him and hopefully that will reach. So already seems to have stopped, I don't know why. I do find it quite glitchy doing this foraging sometimes in this game. It sometimes works fine, but other times it does seem to not work even though you're right next to the forager with the trailer. So we'll just have to see what happens as I go behind him. Oh, what's going on here? Right. I have a feeling it's not going to work, which will not be good. I'm going to lose quite a bit. So I'm about as close as I can possibly get to it at the moment, and it's not filling the trailer. It's working a bit, but it's not good. I'm in danger of falling in the river here. I'm very close to the edge. And the lag doesn't help either. Yeah, it's not ideal. Moving, obviously typing. Oh yeah, we could put the trailer on the harvester, yeah, that would probably work better actually. Drop the trailer there. Hopefully you can pick that up. And then, yeah, you can just tow the trailer around, that would probably be the easiest thing, because it's obviously not going to work. I follow him around. I think we'll pick it up. Which doesn't look like it will, it's annoying. Okay, so that's a bit of an issue for the trailer. Right, where's that? That one, the blue one, I assume. Yeah, I'll grab that trailer and then we'll see if that works. Okay, we've just tried and it doesn't fit that one either, so that's annoying. Okay, so we'll just have to lose a bit of crop, I assume, around the edge. Not much more we can do, because you would have thought it would fit. It's got a tow bar, look, on the back, but yeah. Well, yeah, driving the crop actually probably the best thing. This is why the forager was cheap, because it's not very good. It doesn't, well, it's It's just the issue is it doesn't seem to be reaching the trailer very well. It's alright if you're right next to it, but obviously it doesn't like it if you're behind it. It doesn't fit to the trailers. Some of the foragers do fit to the trailers, which makes life a lot easier for doing the headlands anyway. Do it like this. It's not crushing the crop though. I'm assuming he's turned crop destruction on. It really should be off, but I suppose it's no bad thing for doing this. Okay, so I think we'll continue this on a time lapse now. And I'll start passing this forage back to the silage pit. Okay, so we've done the headlands now and we've put it on a worker. Hopefully it's going to go okay. So far so good, I think he's not too bad. Daggerwin's over there now in the silage plant just doing some compacting with the Ford. And he's got this other tractor which we're going to kind of use I think as well. So one of us will use that when the other one is compacting. Because obviously only one of us can run alongside the forager at once, so yeah, while we're waiting for the forager to be available, the other person can be compacting the plant, so that should work quite well. It is going to be quite a slow job though, with this size header. And also the trailers are filling up fairly quick as well. Even this big trailer is it's not taking long to fill, so it's going to be a bit of a slow job. I don't think we're going to get it finished today. I wouldn't have thought so. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. And obviously there's quite a few missed bits over there, we'll try and get them at the end or at some point. But yeah, so far so good on the worker, it seems to be working now. It's always fiddly doing the headlands when you're doing this foraging, it's not the easiest job, it can be quite tricky. Some foragers are better than others. This is, like I said earlier, it's not the best one probably ever, but it should do the job, and it was certainly a lot cheaper than buying one of the base game ones, which are nearly 400,000 without the header. So yeah, it's not too bad. Anyway, I think I'll get on with this again. I think time lapse is the best way of doing this job because it is fairly repetitive. I just thought I'd just drop in there just to let you know how it's going. Anyway, yeah, back to time lapse again. Okay, so I think this is probably going to be my last load for today. We'll finish this off next episode, as Daggerwin just said. So I think you can have too much of a good thing, I think, and we'll probably finish this off in the next episode when, because otherwise we're going to spend the entire episode pretty much just doing this one silage field. So I think it's best to split it over a couple of episodes, really, because of how long it's taking. We've actually done more than I was expecting to get done today, really, and that's how much silage we've got in the pit. So it doesn't look that much, but actually there is a lot in there. Just to show you how much we've got. So 400,000 litres at the moment, just over now. So that's a pretty good amount of silage, really. It's difficult to get it completely level, but we're doing a pretty good job considering we don't actually have a silage leveller, just using the tractor. Ideally we probably should use a levelling blade to help with that, but it's fine, it seems to be doing the job. I think that Ford is quite a heavy tractor anyway. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. So I'll just let Daggerwin finish that off, and I'll just take this back to the field, ready to go next time. So there's not much more to do, so it'll just be the beginning of next episode. We'll be finishing off this this silage. There's a little bit there, and then probably, what's that, quarter of the field this side. It's not too much. So it's a pretty good place to leave it. But yeah, this now it's on a worker, this harvester is not too bad, this forager. It's doing a pretty good job. Should be Daggerwin next to go under, so I won't go under now, I'll just leave it here. And we finish the episode there, I think. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. Quite happy with that. It's something a bit different, I think. Not done anything like this before in this series. So I hope you've enjoyed that. And yeah, we'll see you again in the next episode.